Welcome all earthlings and other beings. My name is Laura and this is All Our Tarot and Art. And today I'm going to be reading your cards and also tying that into an image that I received in meditation for this particular reading. I'm going to go ahead and do a rough sketch just to give you an idea of what I was seeing, and then we're going to do an initial spread. And then what I'm going to do is overlay another video where you can see me mostly complete the drawing, and at the very end of the whole video you can see the finished and colorized piece. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Very happy day. I know these are timeless readings and everything, but it's autumn right now where I am, and I love autumn. So I've been very, very happy with the change of seasons. So interestingly enough, in autumn, we have, wear a lot of costumes and things for Halloween or whatever, all the other events. And what I was seeing was a mask, right? So first of all, it was a mask to start with. But this mask was had a particular purpose and reason. I'm just going to go ahead and get the initial shape, right? And it was sitting on like a stand. So, but it had like a nose and this big, this big like bushy mustache, right? And it had this beautiful headdress with this big peacock feather on the top. So I'll go ahead and sketch that in just a tiny bit and then finish that. I love peacock feathers. I actually draw these a lot. And so let's see. And then this was on a stand, and it was surrounded by like cloth and things like that. So that's the basic sketch. And this is definitely having to do with something about having to put a mask on, not being able to be your true self. But we're going to pull the cards to see, and then there are a couple songs that we're associated with. So let's go ahead and do this initial spread. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up so we don't waste time. And here we go. Okay, I have looked over your cards, spread them out with clarifiers, and all right, so this makes sense. It ties into the drawing because what you've been dealing with several, I think, people who have tried to tear you down over the years. But recently, maybe recently, and maybe it happened in the last few years, you've discovered your true calling. You've discovered what your real purpose is. You have reached some certain levels of success, which you've worked very hard for. And you've been, like, you've got the sun here clarifying the judgment. See how her true self is like coming out from her. It's like she's discovering her truth, right? The sun is shining on you. So I feel like if this is you or someone you're thinking about, the sun is shining on this person and they're having good luck because this is the World card here. And they've completed some cycles. And keep in mind too that he, she, they are interchangeable on this in this tarot channel. And so just take it as it resonates. If you're here, there probably is something for you, but if something doesn't fit, don't try to force it, right? And just remember that this is not a personal reading, it's for a collective watching at various times. So with that said, you or this person that you're thinking about has found their calling, their true passion, right? And right now what they're doing is building and being patient. They're a master at what they do, but they've been through some hard stuff because it looks like they were dealing with some real nasty people, and there was a need to put up some boundaries, right? And to pull back. So, and the King of Swords, who's very diplomatic and very strategic and everything. It's almost like you play chess, right? And, or the person this reading's for, you play chess, but the people you've been dealing with play checkers, and they don't even realize the difference. They don't understand that you work on a whole different level, right? At what you do. You may have had to get rid of some friends, like you decide who gets cut, who doesn't get cut, because you've had these really hard-earned boundaries where you've had to stand straight and tall, and but it's like you're on your knees now because it was so hard to get through. Even this King of Swords looks kind of like tattered, right? See His outfit's a little bit tattered. Some of his hair is coming loose, blowing in the wind. But he still has his sword and he's still intact and he's wiser for it. So yeah, you're choosing your friends more wisely now, which is smart. That's really good. Trying to stay away from the narcissistic types. The two songs that were coming up for this particular reading were Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo and Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. So the vampire song, the one line that was standing out is, you can't love anyone, because that would mean you had a heart. Because the song is all about a vampiric person, a narcissist who bleeds people dry and fooled her. You know, she thought, because she was really in love with this person and she thought they loved her too, and it turns out they were just a vampire. They were just a really nasty person who goes around sucking everybody's energy, which means they're narcissistic. So narcissists have abandoned their true self. You can go look up all the information about narcissists to learn more. But there's this big void above this abandoned self that they have because of whatever traumas, or, you know, they were very much abused in their childhood or something like that, right? So then they abandon their true self, have a big void, and sitting on top of that, the thing that we all see, the mask, right, is the ego, this persona they've built up to make it look like they're caring people, they're empathic, they you know, really have good intentions, but they don't. And they're using those traits they think that people are attracted to, so that they can sink their teeth into you, right, or into their various victims, and they usually have several on the side. Which leads me to Bad Guy, which is about a woman who is manipulating a man who's cheating on his girlfriend, and she's letting him know that, you know, you think you're so criminal, right? You think you're, you know, it says white shirt. Let me see the lyrics here. It says, white shirt, now red, my bloody nose, sleeping, you're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows, think you're so criminal. So you're a tough guy, like it really rough guy, just can't get enough guy, chest always so puffed guy. You know, so the peacock feather reminds me of that, the puffed guy. And narcissists have really big egos, and they always have to be better than everybody else and put themselves above everybody. There's a song called A, B, C, D, E, F, U. And she is singing about someone like that who always has to put themselves above her. You know, like he's a narcissist, and he won't leave her alone and everything, but she knows what he is. So you might want to go check those songs out and look at the lyrics and see how that applies, or learn more about narcissistic behavior if you need to. But it looks like you were dealing with some baddies anyway. Yeah, and you really were feeling left out and heartbroken. Maybe there were many, many nights of like worry and things like that. But if you see here, through all of this worry, there's this owl coming through the window, which is about wisdom, right? So through all of this process of having to, you know, endure the heartache and the loss that you did, the betrayals, feeling left out, and things like that, has garnered for you more wisdom, more life experience, and it's actually broken you open to know your worth, right? This card, the King of Pentacles, is somebody who knows their worth, their value, right? So good for you, and you are very good at what you do, apparently. And here we've got the Hermit here. So this might have been a long road for you. You might have felt alone a lot of the time, but this Hermit here, you know, they're walking along and they're a guiding light for others as well through this journey. But there's a snake here. He's not looking at him, but it's there, and so he's going to knock that snake out of the way, or just, you know, get it out of the way so he can keep going on his path. So, you know, you're just learning how to knock the snakes out of the way who want to drain you dry, who are those vampiric types, or who want to devalue you or treat you badly in any way. And it looks like, you know, you've learned a lot from these painful endings. And you have ended certain relationships, and they're probably like, you know, nursing their ego and everything, because, you know, narcissists go into to an ego rage or a narcissistic rage if they don't get their way, or they get they get blocked off, or, you know, they lose their food supply, their resource supply. That infuriates them, and they hate it when people are better at the things than them, and et cetera, et cetera. So, but I see you kind of pulled back here. See how she's holding her purse closely. And she's looking over at where the city is and where these people are. And she's sitting over here just kind of holding things to herself, right? This could be energy. It could be money. It could be other resources. So she's not going to let this go. She's not going to allow just anybody in anymore, especially now that she's this King of Swords who will lop off your head if you really give them a hard time. So they've learned a few things. As a matter of fact, they've learned how to actually dodge the snakes without having to lop off heads anymore. They're just really good at you know, what they do. So, but the thing is these people are still watching you. And look at this. This Page of Swords always cracks me up because, you know, this looks really evil. So you've dealt with some really immature, evil people. Like, they really don't like you. They really are pissed. They're watching. But, you know, everybody has haters, and especially if you're out in the public in any way, and I'm suspecting you are, you've got this lantern here as the hermit, and you're really good at what you do. You're really coming out, right? And you're this leader. So they're probably watching and hating on you and everything. And, you know, everybody has haters, especially if they're in the public eye. I've got my own haters. Hi, haters. But haters are fans and whatever. So I'm going to pull some, yeah. Oh, let me put this over here. And then I'm going to pull some oracle cards to see if we can get some more clarification on this situation. Yeah. Okay. What do we need to know, please, to get more clarification on this situation for the collective watching, please? Okay. Another one, please. I will list all these cards below in the description box, so if you like a deck, you can get one, and it also acknowledges the very talented creators of these gorgeous decks. All right. All right, so what I'm seeing here is she who questions, she who nurtures, and she who persists. Amelie, Colette, and Jocelyn. So, you know, you've broken out of some sort of phase of your life, maybe where you weren't questioning things and you were just taking someone's word for things, and you were not being your full-blown self, right? You had to make yourself smaller for other people. I know how this feels because I've done this a lot in my life, and I had to heal up my childhood wounds and insecurities so that narcissists couldn't hook in anymore and try to devalue me or make me feel bad in any way for just being, you know, loving life and doing what I love to do, right? So, you know, questioning and breaking free out of the little box that people try to put you into is good, and that's going to allow you, because this is destiny over judgment here, your calling, right? So, you know, it's just like your destiny to do what you're on the right path is what I can see on this side here. This is really good. So keep working on that. That's excellent. You're moving in the right direction. She who nurtures. So have gentleness with yourself. You know, really look inward and have empathy not only for yourself, but for others, or compassion, right? So that's the way to nurture. This is almost like a Queen of Cups card. And I can see you're a very caring person. And that's a beautiful thing. We need more caring people who, you know, have really active heart chakras, right? The narcissistic types, they're cold. They're cold-hearted people. They truly are, no matter how much they try to give you the facade, like the facade, the mask, that they are something other than that. They are actually very cold-hearted. Their heart chakra has shut down. They have heart walls up and they are shut down, right? But I can see you're just the opposite. You really opened up your heart chakra. That's really beautiful. You're good to yourself and you're good to others. So please keep doing that, because we need more of that high-vibing 5D kind of heart-centered energy in the world. We need more of that. And then this is Jocelyn, who persists, she who persists. So I can see that you're a person who can't be put into a box. You're somebody who might be very creative, but you're also very persistent. You keep going no matter what obstacles come your way. You're like, okay, that's in my way. I'm just going to, like, you know, do a little side dance here to get around that and keep on going, you know, and because you're keeping your eye on the prize, right? You keep on going no matter what. Good for you. When you fall down, get back up again. Always get back up. Always, always, always get back up. Keep up the persistence, and defy those who want to make you into something other than what you are, or to keep you small. You don't have to be small anymore. So you've really gotten good perspective on this. I'm going to go ahead and see what your obstacles are. So what are the obstacles or challenges right now for this collective watching, please? Obstacles, and challenges. Okay. Another one. And another one. Okay. All right, so you might feel a little overwhelmed because you might be ascending really quickly, like because you've gotten rid of all this baggage, these bad people, you've had boundaries, and you've gotten rid of the people who were like anchors to you, who were sinking their teeth into you, who were draining you dry for your resources. You've shut them all out. Good for you. But right now, so you're going through a big transformation is kind of what I'm seeing, and it takes a lot of energy. So make sure you pace yourself. You know, take naps if you need to, rest when you need to, eat really healthy foods, maybe lighter foods. Just keep it really, really light. I highly recommend a vegan diet because that's a very high vibing way to eat. But sometimes we get overwhelmed with, we open up psychic abilities and all kinds of other things coming in and successes. And I see you've got a huge amount of success, especially here with like the world and stuff. So just pace yourself, right? Don't be too hard on yourself if you need to slow down a little bit, because you're still making space for all of these beautiful things, and it takes some effort and time. So you might be feeling a little challenged on getting everything in order all at once because there are all these other parts that have to fall into place. But I also feel like you really don't see how beautiful and sensual you are, because we got Sewer Maiden here. Your sensuality is beautiful. And I feel like people are kind of jealous, like just how, because you might be glowing up right now, and they might be jealous about how you're glowing up and you're finally in your calling. And if you're on your calling, your path and everything, you will have a major glow up. You probably will like change what your clothing is or your hair or some routine or way you do things that people might not be expecting you to do certain things. And you don't need to let them know either until you do it. I always recommend just keep things close to yourself, especially your creative projects or anything like that that people might want to attach negative energy to or meddle with. You don't want to do that. So yeah, so again, this is space clearing time with the two little witches. This is you might be having to keep reinforcing your boundaries so that you do have the space to do what you need to do, because people might be trying to come back in again, but you know they're going to come up against your sword, and if you have protectors around you, which I feel like you must because you're on your path, you probably have ancestors and all kinds of etheric guides around you to help you call on them, and they'll protect you. So yeah, so maybe you're having a hard time embracing your sensuality because you know that people get jealous, but go ahead and do it. Just be your true, authentic, beautiful self, because that is the path to success. Good for you. All right, so I want to know what the solutions are. What's the best thing that this collective can do for best results, please? The best things they can do for best results. Solutions, best results. What can they do? There's a hermit again. Okay. What can they do for best results? What can they do for best results? Okay, what I'm seeing here, it's a lot of self-care type of work. So the hermit, like we were talking about before, because the hermit's here, you might need to have some more alone time. And I know that you're trying to clear the space for that. So it might be that you actually need to get out of town. You need to go someplace where there's nobody like bugging you or pulling on you. I mean, even if you have pets at home, they can pull on your energy. So you might need to find a space where nobody's pulling on your energy so that you can get really clear about what you want. Or just have some alone time where you're just not being distracted by anything. Yeah, and this also might mean just shut out distractions so that you can really, really focus and complete your inner healing in your work. So there might be a little more healing that you need to do. And, you know, the King of Wands, it's saying being bold, be confident, really believe in yourself, be fearless, having courage will allow you to achieve the things that you want to. So look, he's balancing like whatever that snake thing is on his nose. You know, so that's kind of almost impossible. But believe in yourself, have courage. And instead of seeing everything as a threat, maybe turn it around so that you can see where the opportunities are. Again, you're a chess player, not a checker player. You're a chess player. And here it's telling me you just need to have more self-love. So speak kindly to yourself, do nice things for yourself. And what you'll find is that more loving people will come in as you do that. So be really good to yourself, speak kindly to yourself. I'm going to pull from one more oracle, see if there's anything else. And I might pull one from a special deck. So, all right. Anything else this collective needs to know before we wrap this up, please? Anything else, Spirit? What does this collective need to know? What do they need to know? Anything that will help them? Anything they need to know? One more. Okay. Well, interesting. This is really interesting because it's just reinforcing what we were already talking about. So because you're on your path, your correct path, you're going to find freedom. Bloodwood is all about freedom and feeling renewed, and being your authentic self, right? So that you can manifest the things you want in your life. And there's the owl again. See that owl of wisdom. There's another owl. Wow, lots of owls in here. Always signs of wisdom, right? Remember this owl down here? So, you know, and then Arianrod, I think that's how you say her name. So this is again life direction. It's just reinforcing this calling that you have. This is the karma that's coming through, because this is also a karma card. So not only are you getting your, I guess it would be dharma instead of karma, but you're getting all these good things coming in because you work so hard for it, and you've gotten all the snakes out of your life, right? Or as much as possible, and you have healthy boundaries now. All this good stuff's coming in, and you're in your proper life direction, your proper life path. And you're doing it very independently. We had 2 hermit cards. You're moving very independently right now, which is great. So, but also karma is about what other people are getting. These people over here, these angry watchers, these haters and all that, they're getting their karma. So just ignore them, let them, you know, deal with their own karma. They're probably going to blame you for their karma, because that's what narcissists do. Anything they've done, they got to project it onto other people, because it's never their fault. You know, they never hurt anybody, or they did. If they did, it's because people deserved it, and, you know, it's somebody else's fault. So it's just doesn't make any sense to me, but that's how they think. So, you know, and it's reinforcing here that, again, we've got perseverance, which we had down here. See, look at this. So this card, this Jocelyn, she who persists. In this card here with Rhiannon, we have perseverance. So, you know, Rhiannon was a Celtic queen who was accused of killing her own child, and she didn't do it. And years later, after she was punished and jailed and all of this stuff, the truth came to light that her son was never killed, and so she was released. But through the whole time she was being held captive, she held her grace. You know, she held her head high, and she knew she was innocent, and she never turned on anybody else. So really the best way to deal with the narcissist is to get them out, but persevere through whatever you need to with grace until you get to the other end of it. And in the end, you win. And the narcissists get their karma, and then they see, you know, these people some of them actually might feel bad about how they treated you, right? And it might be that they feel bad because maybe they realize they shouldn't have been such jerks to you, or they should just, like, you know, then that means they're not full-blown narcissists. They might just have high narcissistic traits, but, you know, or they're sad that they've been ousted and can't get in again into your beautiful world that you've created. Yeah, but this card is saying have endurance, keep going, and stay focused. So you're getting a lot of cards saying that over and over again. Stay focused, keep your eye on the prize, ignore all these other distractions, keep on going, believe in yourself, be good to yourself. You're on the right path. Right on. So I'm going to pull one from this thing called the Whispering Woods. I love these little tiny oracle decks. We're just going to pull one just to see what they have to say. Okay, what does this collective need to know? One final advice card of some sort. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. That's a beautiful card. Look at that. It says strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. That's the truth. I can attest to this. You know, here we've got the roots going deep. You've really worked hard to have patience here, to let these things grow, and you're really good at it, right? And you've weathered the storm. So just keep on going, have strength. You're right on track. You are strong enough to do this. And you are you're going to go way past all these other, like, loser types here who just want to hurt people and suck off of people, the vampires, you know, the bad guys, right? So anyway, I hope this helped you in some way. I hope you found some inspiration from the art or from the reading or both. And thank you so much for all of your likes, subscribes. It helps the channel so more people can get the information that they need. And I appreciate it too. So thank you so much. And until I see you next time, take care. Bye-bye.